Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So today's new daily is just to cast 20 creature spells, and we do have kind of a relatively creature-heavy deck to try out. This is a Simic Aggro deck that is, what was it? It came in like 2nd place and 4th place, stuff like that, on a relatively recent Magic the Gathering online tournament. So I saw it, thought, let's give it a shot. It has mostly, most of it are older cards. The only new cards we have are Genemorph Imago and Ouroboroid, but, and some lands. But let's talk about it real quick. Mainly, we're going to talk about the main combo. Genemorph Imago. He's a flying creature, or it's a flying creature. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, target creature has base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. If you control 6 or more lands, that creature has base power and toughness 6/6 until end of turn. And then we have Ouroboroid, whose ability is at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. Do you see the synergy there? Whenever you play a land, most of the time you're probably gonna have 6 lands by the time you can get this combo off. So play a land, landfall activates, this turns into a 6/6, and then once combat hits, not counting whatever counters you may have on it from like Bristly Bill. Once that happens, every other creature you have gets 6 +1/+1 counters. You get the idea, right? Yeah, that's the idea. So, just to go over some of the other stuff we have. Into the Flood Maw is just, easy removal. Spyglass Siren, a good 1-drop creature that creates a map token that we can either use to power up things or get more land, just depends. Bushwhack, again, removal, fight removal, and again, if more land if you don't have any in hand. Llanowar Elf for some ramping. Pawpatch Recruit, just like, again, another decent 1-drop and sometimes a decent later game for 3, and again, if anything gets targeted, you can start putting counters on other creatures. Floodpits Drowner is meant to kind of slow down our opponent. So I call this an aggro deck because that's what it's supposed to be, but there is a bit of control aspects with like Into the Flood Maw and Floodpits Drowner, but you get the idea. Subterranean Schooner. The main thing I'd like to crew this with would probably be either Llanowar Elf or Pawpatch Recruit, or maybe even Floodpits Drowner. Because like this guy doesn't really serve much of a purpose after it's been played and put its stun counter on something. So this would be kind of my main target of tapping to get Subterranean Schooner out, which again, would cause this creature to explore to potentially either give us more land or get a counter. So you kind of get the idea. Bristly Bill puts counters on things. Again, predominantly we're going to be wanting to put these counters on Ouroboroid so that it just gets stronger and stronger, makes all of our stuff stronger. Genemorph Imago we've talked about. Sentinel of the Nameless City, again, just a fantastic 3-drop. Vigilance, whenever this creature enters or attacks, create a map token. Again, burn those to get counters or more land. And then Enduring Curiosity, really just in here for some card draw. That's really the main reason it's in here. So yeah, with that, we are going to jump into some matches. I haven't played this deck yet. I just put it together. It, caught my attention, looked interesting. I thought, you know what? I don't really have... we have a Simic Tempo deck that I'm not too terribly fond of, to be honest. So let's try out a more aggressive, more creature heavy without being really expensive in mana cost. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's give it a shot. Play a couple matches. See what happens. This is actually a relatively decent start. We just got to get some of our other stuff a little bit later. I think instead of starting with... No, let's start with Llanowar Elf. Yeah, let's start with Llanowar Elf. Because then I can do another forest or an island, and we can double And then we can offspring cast this, just to get more on the field. If nothing else happens, we can play 2 Spyglass Sirens. Ethereal armor, that's not great. That's not great. I don't really have a fantastic way of getting rid of that now. Giving that first strike, yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Okay, Floodpits Drowner, we will hold on to that. Go ahead and play this. Just to get another creature on the field. So they obviously have something they can do. Yeah, and they can go ahead and do Shard. Yeah, Shard Mage. Dawn's True. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, you served your purpose, I guess. That's actually quite nice. Sends that back to hand. Both of those go to the grave. And, yeah. Yeah, we take that win. Our opponent conceded there because these 2 cards are probably land or things that aren't really going to help them. By doing that, I got rid of, the things that are making this card really powerful. So, yeah, I guess they didn't see much else they could do. Kind of funny, we won that match without getting any of our more important or newer cards, but I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Alright, let's jump into another. Honestly, I think we just kind of got lucky there. Our opponent probably didn't have, other than that goblin, they didn't have any other creatures. Is my assumption. But hey, a win is a win, and I take that. Alright, Fruit Bowl. How are you doing, Fruit Bowl? Sure. I'm not... I think this is fine. Like, I'm not terribly happy with it, but it's not horribly... Yeah, let's go ahead and send that back. Go ahead and get that out. And a Hired Claw. Let's... That's fine, yeah. And we're going to take some hits going forward. Oops, not... Nope, nope. We're going to take some hits going forward, but... Let's go ahead and take that one. Its ability still... Yeah, that doesn't matter, though. That's actually kind of funny. So I could go ahead and I think we're going to go ahead and Bushwhack here. Get rid of you. And yeah, we'll go ahead and go do some damage. Yeah, still tapped. And I guess I should have played Enduring Curiosity there, since that is tapped. Alessia. Oh, hello, Jasper. That's fun. It's been a while since we've seen Jasper. And I do have to let that go. Because I'd rather keep the Enduring Curiosity here. Sadly, I really don't think we have a whole lot of options here, to be honest. Oh, that does have scales, doesn't it? That's unfortunate. Sure. Yeah. I really didn't think Rakdos lizards would make a comeback, but it definitely has. It's annoying that it gets, yeah. Depending on what we draw, I'm just gonna go ahead and concede after this. Another land. All right, good game. And it just got away from us. But again, we have yet to see our 2 new cards. That is a bit unfortunate. Either way, let's go ahead and do one more match. We might end up going overtime, and that's okay if we do. This should say you can re-roll one of them once per day. You can't re-roll each of them once per day. It's just one of them. Alright, hopefully this match goes a bit better. See, I'm actually willing... Hey, there we go. I'm actually willing to keep this just because we do have some options that are blue. And look at that. We gotta... Look at that. Charming Prince. Okay. They liked both cards. That's not good. So, what should we do here? Should I go ahead and play this? No, I'd rather maybe... Yeah, let's go ahead and get the Genemorph on the field. Or the Genemorph on the field. He is a flyer, though that should be a target now, you would think. Second one, very good. Apply it to yourself. Let's go ahead and get you out on the field as well. Okay. I mean, I'm not upset with that. Oh, I didn't realize you can play 2 of them. I would have thought Ouroboroid was a legendary. It is not. Aetherize. Manifest Dread. They need another blocker. Gotcha. Because that's 12 damage coming in. And it was a Plains. Alright. Fantastic. Now I'm okay with this deck. You just gotta get these 2 guys though. But even then, Ouroboroid is just a good card in general. Like, because I didn't realize that the counters would go on it as well. That's me not fully reading the card, you know. But yeah, that means it's getting perpetually stronger every match. You know, every combat phase on every one of your combat phases, that card's getting stronger every turn, or it's going to be perpetually getting stronger. That's awesome. That is awesome. But anyway, with that win, we did level up. I believe, yeah, just the pack. So let's get to the Foundations pack and then wrap things up for today. Alright, nothing new in the commons and uncommons. What about our rare? Time Stop in the turn for 6 mana. Great way to make someone mad, especially because it's an instant. Just immediately, like, have 6 mana up. Your opponent starts their turn and you just immediately say, nope, you don't get your turn. I hate that. I hate the idea of that. I desperately hate the idea of that. But anyway, we're going to wrap things up. So, if you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you do happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.